Hey there, extraordinary treasurers. Checking accounts are not the only accounts that need to be reconciled regularly. Savings accounts need it as well. Usually not quite as often, although some of the bank savings accounts can be reconciled once a month because they get a statement once a month. But most just need it quarterly, and some only twice a year. You can tell by how often you receive their statements. The example I'm using here is a Southern Union revolving fund account, which is pretty common among our Georgia-Cumberland churches. SURF statements are mailed out 4 times a year, which means you only need to reconcile quarterly, always with ending dates of March 31, June 30, September 30, and December 31. The statement lists the interest income by month, but I usually enter the 3 months all together as one entry. You'll see how as we go along. I want to strongly recommend that you wait to enter the interest on your savings account until you're actually reconciling it. That way there's less chance of putting the interest into the wrong bank account. The first steps to reconcile a savings account are very similar to reconciling a checking account. Go to Jewel homepage, then click Reconcile. Make sure to choose the correct bank account. Look in that little drop-down menu. Verify the previous reconciled date so you know what you're ready for. In this case, the previous completed date is 6/30/20, which was the end of the second quarter. So we know we're ready to reconcile the third quarter. Enter the correct ending date. Usually this is from the statement, but in this case, this statement ends on October 31. We're only reconciling through the third quarter, so our ending date will be 9/30/20. As an extra precaution, double-check the beginning balance on the statement and on Jewel. Then find the ending balance on the SURF statement and enter it into Jewel. It will be the balance as of September 30. Once you have the quarter's correct beginning and ending balance totals entered, and if you have no other deposits or withdrawals for the quarter, the difference should be your interest for the quarter. You can double check by adding up the interest totals on the statement. If you have added money to the SURF account or taken money out of it during this quarter and those entries are not showing up on the bank rec page, contact me for assistance. So let's add in the interest. Click on New Entry. Make sure that the Deposits and Interest Earned round button at the top of the New Entry box is clicked. Enter the name of the account that your church uses for your savings interest in the account box. In the income box, enter the amount of total interest for the current quarter, all 3 months. In this case, it is the same as the difference amount. The date should be the same as the ending date on the bank rec. Enter this in the memo: third quarter 2020 SURF interest. Or it might be the second or the third or the fourth quarter. And it could be savings or money market interest. But we want to make sure that we get what period it is and which account it is, not just the word interest. Click on Add Entry. Then you can check to see if the difference is 0. If it is, click the green check mark that says OK in the top right corner. And when it asks if you want to print, say yes. Attach the bank rec report that prints out to the bank statement that you just reconciled. This completes our section on bank reconciliations. Now you know everything about them that I do. Well, almost. This topic has had a lot of moving parts, but I believe these videos will be more valuable to you when you're actually having a problem than they will be the first time you watch them. If you have to void a check, for example, watch that video over again. You'll learn more from it because you're right in the middle of it. We've made these videos short and focused so you can find what you need and receive answers to your questions quickly. Our next topic is Adventist giving. From entering it manually to importing it directly into Jewel, and a few of the mapping tricks I have learned. All coming up.